Hi, welcome to the Health Professions High School virtual book release. We are welcoming you here to hear some of our student writers, all of our student writers, right? We got everybody.
We hope
so. We hope so. This is the 9th edition of Breath and Bones, and this year's title is Grounded. I'm Kristen Okadahi, this is Deborah Melvitt, and we would like to acknowledge our volunteers, Sue Statz, who is our Eagle Eye editor extraordinaire, Liz Houts and Dana Dewspeeper, who are supporting teachers on our campus. And we very much like to thank the people at 916 Inc., Nikki, Ian, Emma, Paulette, and Brooke. Even when we're not in a virtual reality and everybody distancing, this is so important to our students. This is very often the best hour of the week for them, certainly for us. And to have this authentic student voice, to give them the opportunity, or not just the opportunity, but the freedom and encouragement to write and express themselves is, I can't even think of words how much it means to them. We're really, really bummed this year that we can't have the book release in person. Not only is it great to be able to be with everyone and for them to read live, but there are always good snacks. And if you don't know anything about 916 Inc., they are continuing during this social distancing to support student writers. And as many of you, if you're homeschooling your kids, realize the things that children are missing most is not really even their education. It is their connection to other people and their social emotional health. And being able to even virtually meet up with 916, meet up with other children, meet up with word slingers, and express and create and know that that is still out there is enormously, enormously beneficial. I'm going to turn it over to you, Deborah, and let you read our introduction.
All right, thank you. This is the beautiful cover of the book this year. And
thank you, Angela Tannehill.
Yes, and that's right. And yeah, it's amazing that this is almost our 10th year of working with 916 Inc., which is just amazing. It is my favorite part of teaching after school when kids come in just on their own to write with us. And each year, being a health professions high school and a medical theme, we usually blend a little bit about medicine with their own personal lives. And we usually have a sort of a body system that we usually use as a cover. And the kids choose which ones they want to do this year. And so I'm going to read the introduction for this year, and you'll kind of see how it got its name. So it is our 9th year of publication. We needed a theme, and we were running out of body parts. The brain had been taken, the heart captured, even our skin covered in vowels and consonants, bound in another volume just last year. We had let out our guts, stoked our gray matter, and dug deep into marrow. Then we realized this was the year beyond bodies. This was the year beneath bones and muscles, veins and synapses, where our bodies stand and love and cry and laugh. This was the year of the earth, of dirt and radiance and stones and trees. The news was flooding our senses. Drought, ice flows, fires, the enormity of our own carbon footprint wrestled with news of heat waves and polluted waters. This, by the way, was before COVID, and of course that is the main news flooding their senses. How do we make sense of all the changes? How do we connect our fractured souls with an even worse broken planet? So we wrote about loss in elements, glass breaking, and hearts being repaired, about the giant responsibility of making a difference, and about the smallest atom of our personal lives. On Tuesday afternoons in room C01, students showed up and with muscle and brain and guts tried to figure out life in the smallest stroke of a pen. Because that is how we were grounded. If you look up grounded in the dictionary, there are a number of meanings, but the one I like best is not about being balanced or confined or stable. The one I like best is this: grounded, electrical conductivity directed into the earth. My students are electricity into the earth. Buried deep beneath the earth's crust are the elements of lead and ink, their pencils and pens. They dug up words of alarm, of concern, of love. In this anthology, you will find charged atoms of syllables jumping off the page to let you know these kids, these authors, are not giving up. They are the voice of a new, caring, sensitive, and artistic generation. their voices dripping rain and sun and truth and sorrow over all of us. We ran out of body parts, but our own heavenly body is our dedication this year. We pay tribute to our Mother Earth and our connection to her gifts. It has been a grand thing to write in the shadow of these young authors this year and years before, because they are truly the ones who keep me grounded. And even right now, when we're talking with them and getting their books to them, they've either come to my house to pick up or we've gone and delivered them. They were so excited. I mean, they want to buy more, by the way. Just looking at the book and the cover, and then, we're writing online now. We have a creative writing club online that we're doing with the Google Classroom. And so they're continuing even through this. But thank you again, 916 Inc. And hopefully we'll do this again next year and in person.
Yeah, and you can buy these books, as you should. But we're going to turn it over now to our student authors, and we know you're going to love them.
Thank you.
Okay. The Passion of a Cellist. People have always asked me why I play the cello. I would say, because my father makes me do it. And that's how I felt for a while. But over time, a fire grew inside me. I fell in love with how I could express my feelings. It was like the sound of music filling the air, lifting everyone's sadness, leaving only a trail of joy and happiness in the world. And I guess at one point, the world was left with nothing but that. And the world danced along with it. I could feel my emotions radiating from the instrument. And if I listened closer to it, I would be able to hear the instrument talk for me. Back when I was in elementary school, I loved to play that cello. I was really good at it. In fact, I was so good, I was the first chair for the cello section at school. However, as the years went on, the cello section became a cello person, and that person was me. I was given all the cello solos, but even though I was the only cellist, I still loved listening and playing the cello. Whenever I would play it, it was as if everyone was listening, heaven and earth, and I would play them a lullaby. Over time, me and my cello grew farther and farther apart, but on those rare days when I have nothing to do, I uncase my cello and I play it once more. Even now and back then, I have longed to play my cello, but when I do, it is as if the cello had been waiting for me to play its exquisite strings again. I still love playing it. I still love playing people my lullabies. Goes the tick, tick, tick goes the clock. Walk, walk, walk goes the man. Blame, blame, blame goes the sister. Fight, fight, fight goes the brother. Polish, polish, polish goes the cleaner. Write, write, write goes the teacher. Brush, brush, brush goes the painter. Sing, sing, sing goes the instructor. Na, na, na goes the bully. Break, break, break goes the boyfriend. Cut, hang, bang, cut, hang goes the life of another. Then pitter patter. Pitter patter, listen to my rain. Hear it call out the plants and worms, the clouds and storms. Feel it trace your body. Taste it with jolly glory, for my rain calls out. Pitter patter, listen to my rain. Jump in its muddy puddles or sing its sorry troubles. Splash in the cool grass or relax on your back. Pitter patter, listen to my rain. The sky is clear, the sun is up. I guess it's time to stand up and wind up, for today is a new day.
The deep. I dance in the waters that surround Sacramento. The music of the applause was my heart's rhythm. The taste of victory quivered. Doubtful, I sank fast into a pit of stress. Hoping to regain composure, I saw a flash. A picture of him, as tender and as pure as I needed him to be. But I'm going into clear numbers, not believing I'm free, and floating. In the depths I truly see. In these waters I heal. I swim in clouds. I see the depth of water, deeper than water. In time I'll understand the depth of water, how truly deep it is.
Hi, my name is Monet Burtley, and I'm going to be reciting my poem from our book, Grounded. Life Trials. I am from once good neighborhood, now the bad. Once was happy, now it's sad. Where you can't tell the difference between a good cop or the bad, where everyone's mad. I am from a low-income neighborhood, liquor stores and homeless people on every corner. I am from Mama's Sweet Tea on Saturdays mornings, where we all come together in the time of mourning. I am from if you believe it, you can achieve it. Nothing else matters. I am from broken bonds and promises that made my heart shatter. Her elements. She was a forest you got lost in. She was the water you drowned your thoughts in. She was the fire you threw your feelings into. She was the hole you buried yourself in. Unbreakable. Good luck trying to find another like me, for I am made of ivory, hard to break and worth so much. Thank you.
Home by Samantha Nagasawa. At one point in my life, my mother was my home. In a way, I guess she still sort of is. Swing sets at nighttime have always had a way of cradling me, and lemon tea with honey gives the warmest hugs. Books, cats, and Picasso save me from beehives in my brain, but that is not to say anything against bees. They hum with me when the night is a little too silent. I am from somewhere between warmth and chill, an in-between area called space and earth. Home.
Quito by Grace Henriquez. If my body could talk, she'd tell me to stop biting my fingernails. She'd tell me to go for a walk and take my meds. If my body could talk, she'd tell me to bake more, to roll out my terracotta cookie dough and mold the earth with my hands. She'd tell me to preheat the oven to 350 degrees and bake until the earth's shell hardens and the world keeps its shape. If my body could talk, she'd tell me to drink more water and maybe get some sleep tonight. She'd tell me to stop going through my sister's closet and start forming my heart. She'd tell me to roll out my terracotta cookie dough and shape my heart. Just trim around the edges and mold my heart with my already dirty hands. She'd tell me to preheat the oven and bake until my heart settles between my ribs. Milagro by Grace Henriquez. The pomegranate beneath my pillow keeps me up at night, tossing and turning until Persephone returns to the underworld. When winter comes bearing bitter fruit, imagine she whispers into my ear, the passenger pigeon resurrected. But Hades is much too impatient to wait for me to wake up and ask what she means. My bed is riddled with tears, drops from a blood-orange sky. Everything in Between by Grace Henriquez. When you're a second choice, you will always catch yourself wishing they had the decency not to love you. Because not being loved doesn't sound half as bad as not being loved enough. So you fasten your heart into a cigar box. You give it a clasp, hinge, and a lock. You package up old loves gone stale and haze the room of your ribcage with secondhand smoke. You brag about the ones who almost loved you and hold burning to your lips. The love you're looking for looks like a fourth-story apartment, like a window with a view, like a blanket across an armchair, like candlelight in the living room. It looks the way Christmas at your mother's never felt. Love looks like drowning and flying all at once. It looks like a one-way plane ticket. Love looks like you.
Hi, my name is Christine Lee, and today I'm going to be reading my poem, Burnout Stars. You're probably asleep right now, in your warm bed with the lights off, dreaming about God knows what, having no worries in the world about what I'm feeling inside and how much I'm breaking. It feels like all my time and effort have been wasted, thrown to your disposal as if it was nothing, as if it meant nothing. Like the dreams I had of us have gone away in the depths of the Milky Way, never to be seen again and never to become true. Like a star that has grown too old, losing its brightness, and slowly it vanishes. You led me on thinking you were going to show me the whole universe, but instead you pushed me down into this deep black hole, acted as if I never existed. There's no light in this darkness that I'm inside, even when I'm hopeful that you'll come back, like you always do. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Danielle Mitchell, and the first piece I will be reading is Pomegranates on page 12. Today I bought a bouquet of pomegranates, because seeing them brought a light into my chest that I haven't felt for far too long. I even considered putting them back because that light, so rare, scared me more than the dark. I carried them everywhere with me, but I made a mistake. I brought them to you. And I knew from the way your eyes lit when you saw them that I was in trouble. So I gave you one. And I let you walk away because seeing you filled with warm fuzzies was worth more than any light to me. And I still had plenty more. Then I saw you again, and you had lost that light, so I gave you one more, but it didn't seem to be enough. So I made it two just this once, so I could see that light and ignore the ache in my chest. I still had more anyway, until I saw you again, and you needed more and more. But it was okay, because I still had 4, 3, 2, 1, none. Then they were all gone, and you looked at me with dull eyes, angry I had nothing left to give you. Then you washed away quicker than you came. I felt pale and lethargic, stupid and ashamed, lonely. And when I looked in the mirror, all I could see staring back at me were eyes sadder than yours. So I went to the store, and I bought a bouquet of pomegranates. The next piece I'm going to be reading is Sleepless. She's awake and sleepless. She thrashes. She counts her sheep, 342 to be exact. She flips and flops approximately 9 times back and forth. She fluffs her pillows, remakes her bed. She opens and closes her window, making her either too hot or too cold, 3 times until the spider on her windowsill scares her away. She texts and calls to see who's awake. No one. It's 4 a.m. She recites her ABCs twice, then decides to catch up on studying because God knows she can't fall back asleep now. 3 pages into her history text, she's fast asleep. The last piece I will be reading is Longing. I long for the way your hands trace my face, exploring every detail. My heart aches for the you-sized hole left empty and full of cobwebs. I miss the way your voice sounded when you called my name and the way your hands shook all times of the day. I've wilted and longed for you late at night when I awoke from nightmares and turned over to see you're no longer there to rub my legs until I fall asleep. Now, I struggle to hold on to the memories I have of you. Your voice is like a faraway echo. I long to be a little girl again, for my grandma. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angelica. I'm going to be reading 3 poems from the book. Eyes behind glass. Brown eyes, thin glass, black frames. Observant, independent, sensitive. Don't let her eyes fool you. She's not as fragile as she seems. She isn't as boring as you think. She has seen things and knows what most don't. The glasses, a unique set of numbers, but never clean. The frames, always tilted, but holding it all together, helping her see things as they truly are. Hurt eyes, dirty glass, tilted frames. It's perfect that way. My second poem is called Safe Place. I'm looking deep into your eyes, afraid to face the truth, afraid to tell you that I'm falling for you. I've given you my heart, and now it's under your care, knowing on any moment you can crush it, but I trust that you won't. You've become the safe place I go to rather than my empty room. You listen to my words and remember the little details. You console me on my darkest days and tame all my demons. The future seems so scary, but with you by my side, it doesn't anymore. Holding your hand so tightly, picturing every moment by your side. I'm looking deep into your eyes, realizing that's my favorite color. I'm starting to understand what this means to me and what I feel for you. I'm looking deep into your eyes. I have fallen for you. I'm not afraid anymore, and I never want to let go. The last poem I will be reading is Cariño Mío. Sonríe, no llores, siempre sigue adelante. Si sientes que nada está bien en tu vida, no te preocupes, cariño mío, siempre voy a estar aquí. Caminamos juntas de la mano, nuestros corazones siempre unidos y conectados. Por ti soy la persona que soy, y por ti aprecio las cosas sencillas. Me has guiado toda la vida, levantándome en cada caída, limpiando cada lágrima, siempre presente en cada momento, evento y etapa de mi vida. Paciente conmigo al tomar todas mis decisiones. Cariño mío, no te muerdas las uñas, no te rindas, tú puedes, siempre puedes, valiente y fuerte y siempre orgullosa. Por ti he llegado a lograr todo lo que la vida me ha dado. Me has enfrentado al mundo donde un día aprenderé a caminar sola, pero nunca nos dimos cuenta que ese día llegaría más rápido de lo que pensamos. Cariño mío, te amo tanto. Me pusieron en tu camino en tu jardín de magnolias, donde tus cielos oscuros se volvieron en hermosos atardeceres, donde tus días difíciles se volvieron en los más fáciles, y tus lágrimas se convirtieron en caricias, besos y sonrisas. Me has dado el mundo y ahora yo quiero hacer lo mismo. Para ti, mamá.
Hi, my name is Isabel Maldonado, and I'll be reading my first piece, which is called Olga, which is on page 30. Olga sat at the dinner table, picking at a loose thread on her sweater. Her daughter shoveled spoonfuls of food into her mouth, as if she were a stubborn toddler refusing to eat her peas. Olga, without a word, kept giving her a look that screamed, "I changed your diapers." Elaine pasteles and arroz con habichuelas sat on her plate, her daughter's hands exhausted from preparing them. Olga knew Nellie tried desperately to please her, making food she felt would remind her of the home she had to leave behind. But Olga didn't like this food, this imposter food. Although it was made with the same exuberant amounts of adobo and sofrito she made it with back on her isla, it lacked the same enchantment it had when she made it at home. When she took a bite, she couldn't hear the sounds of the coqui frogs or the feeling of the humid air through the screen door. It felt like a betrayal, like her daughter had forced her body to leave, but forgot to pack her heart and her maleta along with the rest of her stuff. My second piece is called Hollowed, which is on page 31. Within the blink of an eye, their worlds collided. It was a harsh yet destined transition, like a wave crashing against the shore. Hearts, minds, souls, interwoven so tightly not even water could seep through. She loved too much, he loved too little. They fit seamlessly, like puzzle pieces clicking into place. Words spilled out of open mouths, words that revealed everything from the deepest secrets to the most minuscule inconveniences. They were held together by an invisible string that stretched and grew across great distances, no matter how far they became. But soon she felt his end of the string had begun to tighten, to pull, and the tension grew. His words and ideas were beginning to drown her, and she was desperate for just one breath of fresh air. The farther she drifted away, the harder he pulled, the tension increasing until it felt like sharp cuts burned deep into her skin. Within another blink, the string snapped. It came flying back, full force at her, lashing her wrist and leaving a raised pink mark along her skin. Time went on, but that mark stayed. His influence stayed. What was her world without his? Her thoughts, now tainted and tarnished by an echo of his opinions, forever having a presence in her head. Her heart, now lighter than it was before, but also more hollow, as if he had taken a spoon and scooped out the portions he had labeled mine. The fire in her belly only made an occasional appearance in the form of a tickle she sometimes felt after she ate cheesecake.
The first one is called About a Doll. As I close my eyes, I see it. Not the darkness, no. The doll. I can't go anywhere without it following me. I feel it begin to move in my direction. Only when I turn back, it's completely still. I've seen its eyes and mouth move, like a human. In fact, I've seen its head turn this way and that. I just want to know. I gotta know. I must know if its secrets are true. But no matter how much I plead, it just won't seem to give in. Never telling and never showing. I wondered to myself, how did it get here and why is it here? I've pondered over my thoughts for far too long, and I plead and plead again and again. And right when it seems as though I'll get what I want, I don't. And maybe. The next one is called You Are Mine. It's something we don't bring up. It's something we don't talk about. It's you. I don't even understand where it all went wrong, but things did, and I felt it all unravel slowly. I knew it. I just knew you were on edge. For when you called me, I could just hear it in your voice, masking it all with anger, when all you felt was pain. You wanted nothing more but for time to stop. You were so angry with everything and everyone, you finally lost it. You wanted help. You needed help. All I could do for you was talk. And somehow that was enough. Just enough to get you to realize there's so much more for you than just pain. It feels like a lifetime ago now, but it's something I'll never forget. We've spoken every day since then, and it's like you're good as new. You call me your lifesaver, but the truth is, you were mine.
Hello everyone, I'm Ian Hadley, Executive Director of 916 Inc. And I just want to take a minute to thank a few folks that made this book possible. First off, Kristen and Deborah, who are word slingers for this program. Word slingers are a very important part of the program. They inspire the writing prompts, they coordinate the manuscript, and they lead the workshop. I also want to thank all of our partnering organizations that helped to make this book possible. First off, the Sacramento City Unified School District provided a major amount of funding for this program. And as well, it's produced in partnership with Golden One Credit Union and the California State Library. It's also produced with some support from the Albert and Elaine Borchard Foundation and the City of Sacramento Office of Arts and Culture. But mostly, I want to thank the students at Arthur A. Benjamin Health Professions High School for sharing with us their words, their time, and their voice. Stay safe, keep writing.